All right, Alyssa Triplett joins us now with your first look at our weather. Alyssa, take it away.
Looking at our first forecast, it is brought up by Store It at Home. Seeing that right now we're sitting at 87 degrees. It is partly sunny skies out there, but the feel like temperature is currently at 95 degrees. That high temperature today was 88, and even those feel like temperatures were getting up into those 90s as well. We'll continue to see plenty of sunshine and even chances for maybe some slight showers as we move towards the weekend, but for the most part we'll be staying above average for temperatures and feeling more like summer than fall. We'll take a look at our full forecast here shortly, but for now you're watching the news.
Welcome to ABC 31 News Tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. After months of searching and narrowing down candidates, the England Airpark Authority has named a new executive director. ABC 31's Joanna Phillips has our big story tonight.
The search for a new executive director of the England Airpark Authority has come to an end. Former executive director John Grafton officially retired in May after 24 years. And since Grafton's retirement, Alexandria International Airport manager Scott Gamble filled the position as interim executive director. Today, the authority announced that Sandra McQuain, chief operating officer of Baker Manufacturing, will take over the position.
I started my career in public service, so I had the opportunity. I started in the Tennessee legislature, and I was state director for a U.S. senator and press secretary for a U.S. attorney. I then had a part of my career where I owned my own public relations and business strategies firm and worked with a number of clients. And then I went in-house with a client and ran a software company in Lake Tahoe. And it was from there, after that company sold, that I came to Alexandria to be the chief operating officer of Baker Manufacturing.
McQuain originally turned down the offer of taking the executive director position, but there was just something about Alexandria and the story behind England Airpark that changed her mind.
When the Baker family and my coworkers and real estate agents all talked about England Airpark with such pride, I was enamored with the story. And what really caused me to change my mind was to step back and go, I'm in love with that story. There's an opportunity to lead. It's also an opportunity to come into work every day and know that every success we have out here is going to make a difference for this community and hopefully build something lasting. And at the end of the day, when I really realized I had the opportunity to go back into public service, have a job that makes a difference, and really maybe contribute and grow the economy here, I finally said I have to say yes. There's just the calling here, and I'm going to answer the call.
Sandra McQuain and her family relocated to central Louisiana about 6 years ago from Lake Tahoe. She's looking forward to her new position as executive director of the England Airpark Authority and is optimistic about the future of the airpark. Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
Louisiana Commissioner of Higher Education Kim Hunter Reed was at today's local Rotary meeting. Dr. Reed shared her vision with us before the meeting.
Our vision is to make sure that higher education is accessible, affordable, attainable, and equitable in Louisiana. We need to make sure that people understand that the high school diploma is now the floor, not the ceiling. So we need everyone, whether they're young or young at heart, to have a credential beyond high school. Well, right now, when you think about the knowledge economy, it requires that you have a certain skill sets, and there's a lot of technology-rich work that is happening. So in the past, in Louisiana, you could work in the oil patch with your high school diploma and make a good living wage and support a family. What we see now is that the requirements, the skill requirements, are much more than they were in the past. So a high school diploma doesn't get you there anymore. So whether you started at a technical college or community college or a four-year institution, we need everyone getting that credential beyond high school.
Dr. Reed was unanimously selected as the 9th Commissioner of Higher Education by the Louisiana Board of Regents in April of this year. Now, if you are interested in having her speak at an upcoming event, you can visit regents.la.gov and search for her name. Rapides Reads is coming up this Thursday night. Here's Dr. Lillian and Carla Purdy with a preview of what you can expect.
We are going to be discussing Jay Gatsby, the Great Gatsby, from F. Scott Fitzgerald's great work.
Wow. So what can so should folks come dressed in the apparel of the time or something, or?
That is certainly an option. Several weeks ago, the Hotel Bentley actually sponsored a Gatsby night, and so people already have their dresses. So if they want to come back in their dress and tux again, that will be perfect.
So what's the date and the time of this event?
This will be on October 4th, and we will be at the West Side Library from 6 to 8 p.m.
So what are some of the highlights folks might look forward to in this discussion?
Well, initially I will introduce the text. I'll introduce F. Scott Fitzgerald and his life, and then we're just going to have an open discussion. People can ask questions. We can talk about themes. This is the most read and studied book probably of the 20th century. And so there's still a lot of questions that people have about some of the symbolism, some of the characters, some of the characters' reactions, and so we'll talk about those.
That event begins at 6 p.m. at the West Side Regional Library. The Chamber held a ribbon cutting for Tranquil Estates today. The Alexandria Housing Authority converted that property into affordable housing, taking advantage of a housing and urban development program. Arborists across the country participated in a day of service at national veterans cemeteries. It was their way of saying thank you to veterans by helping make these cemeteries safer and more beautiful. LSU Ag Center reporter Craig Gautreaux has this report from Port Hudson, Louisiana.
It's called Saluting Branches, Arborists United for Veterans Remembrance. On this day, tree care professionals in 34 states expressed gratitude to veterans by dedicating an entire day of service to help make national cemeteries safer for visitors.
This is the height of their season. This is when they're making their money for the year. And they stopped work to come here and do this as a volunteer basis to help our national cemeteries honor our veterans.
One of the duties of the national cemeteries is to be a place of reverence. Maintaining the grounds is a major task, and tree maintenance is very costly. The volunteers were providing an essential service that would have been difficult otherwise.
Normally it would take us a lot of time going through our normal process to get it done. And being able to pull a group like this together would be almost impossible.
At the Port Hudson National Cemetery, volunteers had a full day's work in front of them.
Primarily, we're going to be doing a couple of removals of trees that are hazardous, and we will also be doing some lifting of canopies so that vehicles can pass under without damaging the vehicles or the trees.
Maintenance for large trees requires specialized equipment and expert operators. With a heat index above 100, these trained volunteers were showing their appreciation for America's veterans.
Sometimes it's put on the back burner in favor of other necessary work, and so this is our way as tree care professionals to come together and honor the veterans who've gone before us.
In Louisiana, volunteers were also donating their time at the Alexandria National Cemetery in Pineville. With the LSU Ag Center, this is Craig Gautreaux reporting.
Since 2015, Saluting Branches volunteers have donated more than 34,000 hours of tree care services, which translates into more than $3.4 million of donated labor.
Welcome back to a look at your weather. Looking at this muggy meter right now, showing that dew point is into the 70s, seeing 73 right now. We're going to continue to see that those dew points will bounce between the 60s and the 70s, and not being able to get down to those 50s until looking like even the end of October to make it actually feel like it's fall time, and seeing that we'll just continue to see lots of moisture coming from the south and even from the east. That's going to be allowing for that humidity levels to be staying high and those temperatures to be into those 90s. Looking at the radar, it did show that there's a slight trace of rain that moved through Alexandria. As you can see, their showers are fairly scattered across much of Louisiana and even into Texas as well as Mississippi. Not looking like there's heavier downpours, staying fairly isolated, none severe as well. And we'll see that we'll continue to see these spotty showers throughout this week, but for the most part, the one thing we'll be concerned about is going to be those high temperatures, as those feel like temperatures have the potential to even get into the triple digits. Seeing today, we even got up into 100 as that feel like temperature, and seeing that even across Lafayette got up to 102. We're seeing hundreds across the board, and we'll see that these temperatures are going to get up to 90s, and then those feel like temperatures as well. Lows will get down into the 70s, seeing 71 in Alexandria, and then 70s south, looking like Boise even at 73 is that low, and it's going to stay fairly humid overnight. It will have some clouds passing on by, but it'll be so humid that we won't be seeing many clouds, and tomorrow morning we'll even wake up and see lots of sunshine, looking like a high pressure system is going to stack up in those southern east states, which is going to allow for us to stay a little bit more drier, allowing to bring in some more heat though, with temperatures getting up into the high as 91 for this time of the year, when average is down into those low 80s. It's not unusual to see temperatures stay into the 90s, but it'd be nice to get some fall air back into the area just currently. We'll see sunny skies across much of these states, even into Texas. If there will be any showers, they'll be in the afternoon and mostly south, just building up the moisture that's coming off the coastal area. If there will be those chances for showers, we have that potential to see that real feel does have potential to get triple digits yet again. The actuals and then dew points even throughout the night and throughout the day, staying into those 70s with plenty of sunshine outside. So if you are outdoors throughout the day tomorrow or even throughout this week, make sure that you are staying fairly hydrated. Temperatures will stay into the 90s up till Thursday. Again, seeing those chances for some just afternoon showers for Thursday, and then Friday having an isolated chance. Our strongest chance to see showers will be definitely on Saturday with a chance of storms. Temperatures will try to break the 90s, but it's still going to be staying fairly warm with humidity levels into the 90s and triple digits. Back to you, Scott.
All right, thanks, Alyssa. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.